blessed day. So it's early Monday morning. Had to check if I was recording real quick. So it's early Monday morning, and I'm just going mainly for a walk. We're going to the store today. Let me try to walk slower, because what am I rushing for? I don't have to be anywhere. So last night I was watching some videos on YouTube that had like old Victorian Gothic style mansions, and I was like thinking, meditating, going, what would it take for me to be living in a place like that? Then I started thinking, I was already there at a point in my life, somewhat in like a Victorian Gothic style house when I was little, but I never really noticed it. It had some characteristics of like a Victorian Gothic mansion. I remember the house I grew up in had there was a hallway, and the hallway was like very Gothic. I didn't even notice it when I was little, but it was like made of dark wood, very dark wood, a staircase that led up to the house that my family lived in, because we lived on the second floor. It was like one of those two-story like double family houses, or like single family houses converted into two houses. But I lived in those types of houses. I grew up in that. So I didn't notice that I started adopting like character traits of someone who is Gothic, or like a Victorian Gothic, because like your environment kind of shapes who you are. You can't always choose who your parents decide to marry, or who your parents are. In my case, my parents are. I'm not going to say too much about my personal life, because you guys don't need to know everything. You're perfectly fine if you want to use this vlog as background noise if you can't relate, but so you can't always choose who your parents decide to marry, and that will change your life a lot. It has a big impact on how your life will be, who your parents are, who your parents' friends are. Really shapes your life, especially if they make decisions selfishly without thinking how it will impact their family, their kids. You know, they don't think about that. They just think about wanting to be happy. And I'm realizing that being happy is overrated. It's shallow. Being happy is shallow and overrated. And that's something 2020 taught me. Most of my life I grew up without really having money, like no money at all. I was lucky if I even got $1, which is why I still go to the Dollar Tree. It's probably why. But also I like the Dollar Tree. So in 2020, when I was getting a lump sum of money, of course I wouldn't know how to use it or how to handle money. I was just spending it on anything, and also acting out of survival instinct. Like, what am I gonna do? Or learning I didn't really know how to do anything after that, after getting that lump sum of money from the global pandemic. And then, so anyway, I'm talking about retracing my steps to get back to where I was. So, for example, this outfit, this is something I would wear if I was 18 or 21, 18 years old or 21. I'm not going to tell you what my real age is, because you don't need to know that. But like adopting those character traits of when I was younger can actually shape who you are, because every little detail like that can play a part in trying to get back to the life that you had, the life that I had, because I know that that was a period in time where I was the most, I don't know if happy was the right word. I was the most complete, probably that's the word. It made more sense. Where fulfilled, probably the most fulfilled. Yeah, that's the word. And then after I got everything I wanted, I started getting everything I wanted, and it just started feeling shallow, and meaningless. And yeah, I was content. I was no longer starving, but that was like, okay, is this all it is? If this is what heaven is, I don't really care for it, basically. And it's not trying to say that I'm not trying to say I like misery or anything like that, but I'm just saying my life had more meaning than, as opposed to me getting handed everything I wanted. Yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. That's why I wore this today. I have not worn skinny jeans. I haven't worn jeggings in a very long time, and these are the leggings I wore at least 5 years ago, and I actually fit into them now. Before, in 2020, I didn't. They would not fit because I was eating too much. That was more like 2021. These jeggings wouldn't fit me then, but now they do fit because I'm kind of retracing my steps now, falling back into old habits of mine, which is good for me. That's what I am trying to do. Like, I'm also starting to realize I really don't even like this neighborhood I live in, because you can't choose what your parents do. You're like, oh, but you're grown. You can't keep on blaming things on your parents. Yes, I can, actually. Especially if they keep on calling my superiors or my managers, or trying to get in touch with, like, for example, if I wanted to get a job, and then my parents would keep calling, my mom specifically, to try to check up on me. Of course, that's going to interfere with my life. If my mom always wants to, like, call everybody I work with or associate with, that's going to interfere with my life. So yeah, I can blame things on my parents if they keep intervening with everything. So what I'm starting to learn is I don't even like this neighborhood. I don't like these houses. I don't like the people. I actually hate them, honestly. And I gotta be honest with myself, I don't like them. I don't really care for them. That's just the few things I need to start doing. So if I want to retrace my steps and get back to where I was, that Victorian Gothic lifestyle, I also kind of moved into a house that was somewhat an apartment complex that was Gothic. Of course, I had to leave that because that was, like, not stable. I didn't develop healthy habits of, like, an adult, because, you know, like I said before, my parents kept on making selfish choices that impacted my life of not knowing how the real world works. So yeah, that's just the basics. It's a lot more going on, but I don't want to say too much, because, like, it would make this feel like a little bit too long. But those are the basics of it, what's going on, and what I've come to realize. I'm mad. Someone took all the dang Danish cookies. Could have left some for me. There's no more Danish cookies. They're out of stock. Alright, so this method of wearing what I wore when I was in high school, college, is working. Starting to notice that men specifically were more comfortable when I would wear not to wear pants. Like, they're not comfortable anymore. They don't like it. They feel disturbed. I'm like, good, I'm glad you feel that way. Maybe for once they'll start, yeah. Because like I said, what you wear, you start to embody the character traits of what you wear. And I don't feel like wearing dresses or skirts anymore. Because I don't have to. For what? Does this environment call for that? It's not like I live in the countryside or anything. I had to make sure I was recording. Alright, so yeah, I would always wear stuff like this when I was like in high school, 18, sleeveless tops underneath a hoodie, a baggy hoodie. Usually my tops would just slightly show the bra I was wearing. It was unintentional, but now I'm seeing, okay, I get why I was treated. Yeah, I mean, I get it now. I didn't get it back then, but yeah. So yeah, I guess the older men specifically don't like it when I'm wearing like skinny jeans, because there's a lot. I guess they just like looking at women who look more ladylike without actually doing anything or servicing them. Us. But like, oh, what's the point of that if you could just look at it and not have anything to do with it? How does that serve me? It doesn't. It does not. So yeah, that was this vlog. They didn't have any Danish cookies when I was at the store, which I was mad about. That's the main reason I went to the store, for the Danish cookies. They took them all. Those are the fanciest cookies at the Dollar Tree. But yeah, they didn't have them. So I had to get some shortbread cookies instead, which they're not the fancy kind, but they're the second best to the Danish cookies. Oh no, well, like I was saying before, I don't even like this neighborhood. Like, I don't like this neighborhood. I'm just here because of who my mom chose to marry. This cookie cutter neighborhood, cookie cutter house style neighborhood. They're always sawing the limbs off the trees and sawing the trees. For what? And then I'm noticing they're doing it just because of the property taxes. Just to make their house look good. And just so they could be more comfortable living in their house. Otherwise, what would be the point of sawing the branches off the trees and chopping down trees? It's all, I guess it just adds to their property taxes. It's not like they care about the environment. It's just all about their property taxes and what comes out of their pockets personally. Because they'll just be, if they don't do anything about their yard, they'll get like a notice from the government. I don't like noticing all these adult things that adults have to worry about. It's a bunch of bull crap. So yeah, I'm just retracing my steps so that I don't end up like somebody who's living blissfully and ignorantly. They're blissful, they're ignorant. What can you do? They don't like luxury. I mean, it comes at a price. It's not like you could be handed that. I mean, I kind of was. I kind of was born into it. But this right now, I was not born into this mediocrity. That's what this is. mediocrity. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm noticing when I start wearing this outfit. Retracing my steps to get back. Not physically, mentally retracing my steps. To go back to where I was in an earlier time. What else do I want to say? There's something else. Can't remember. It'll probably come to me. Well, I guess it's not really that important, but I just also want to note that when you wake up early in the morning, the whole street smells like garbage. It smells like a sewer. I guess you don't smell it now because the sun is out and people are doing their chores now and taking out the trash. But when you wake up early in the mornings in areas like this, it smells like a straight up sewer. And nobody noticed because they don't get up that early. But that's what I noticed. You gotta get up really early to notice that.